All right, kiddos, let's move on. So for today I have collected together some things to work with, and maybe they'll, spark some inspiration on the way. A couple of years ago, Eva from Bohemian Crafting was making pages out of old book pages, and so that's what I thought maybe we could try out today. And I have a few things that I've got stacked here. I've got some envelopes from Cheryl. Aren't those beautiful? Maybe they could be added as pockets, or I've got this cute little card from Norma, and maybe it could be a pocket. These are from Michelle. Michelle, my neighbor that lives south of me. Hi, Michelle. And then I've got some stuff from Carol from Scotland. This is a really cool page. Really, really cool page. And a neat, like a waxy glassine type envelope. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Here are some pages from some books that I personally have. Some dictionaries and that kind of thing. Sheet music. And this is from Colette. Thank you, Colette. What she sent me. These gorgeous. Okay, this one was in the other stack. She sent me some old sheet music too. Nice big pages. Some of the pages, if they're real fragile, like you can see this one, you see how it's all crickety crackety. You won't be able to fold these in order to make a page, but you can use them on top of something else and like line something and make it look, I'll show you. We'll do that. And then at the thrift store a while back, I found this big guy, and it's kind of a cool book. The spine is trashed, but so this book is it's a horticulture book, and it's about plants in the United States and Canada. Look at this guy. Woo! But look at the neat illustrations. Aren't they cool? So we're talking, this is massive. And what beautiful pages, because they already have some illustrations in them. So, right? So let's, I've already cut a couple out, so you didn't have to watch me do that. I may need some more, but there's that. So we can work with that. Ooh, put that down, put that away. And then I've got some other things. This is, I don't need that tag. This is from just from a book that, it was inside a book when I got it at the thrift store. There's a couple of them. And these are old computer cards. And these are so cool. So I've collected these from different places, and then somebody sent me a few, and then my friend Mary had some. So they're kind of a conglomerate. That's why they all look kind of a little bit different. But look at these ones I got from Mary. So these are Fortran computer cards from, back in the day, back in the 80s and stuff, when they didn't have what we have today. And these were from a murder, like a homicide case. And so up at the top, you can see, maybe, if my camera will cooperate, what information is on it. That one is the body of the victim was not found. Of the crime in question, there was a victim. The victim was deceased. It just gets worse as we go along. Oh my goodness. Now here's one about the interrogation and a lie detector test and a confession. I mean, they're like, anyway, they're kind of cool. But so some of them are punched where you can see the holes through them, and then some of them don't have much punching on them in the middle. But I think all of them have a little bit of punching. But anyway, I thought these might make cool pockets if you fold them, like a envelope for a library. One of these things. And then, of course, I got some Rolodex cards. Just some blank ones. You can still buy these. I don't think these are new, but you can still buy them. And I've got some cards. My husband found these at work, and they're just file dividers. The office was throwing them out, so he brought some home, and they're really thick card. So I don't know if these will be too thick or not, but I just got out a few things just to kind of have it within arm's reach, you know? You know? You're like, no, I don't know, Nick. Show me. Okay, Donna. Let me get, I might use this. I really like, this is gorgeous. I might use this in the middle though. Let's work on making some pages. And there's no way I can do this as well as Eva. So just don't even expect such genius, because she is genius. Okay, so we're going to be working on this right here. Okay, so I have some old file folders, again, that my husband brought home from work. And I have one that I grabbed here, and I went ahead and cut it in half. I wanted to see if there was going to be enough in here, and there is. So what I did was I cut it the height that I needed for, for this area, and I left it wide because I'm going to score it to make a hinge over here. And where is my, and I'm going to punch the corner, because I'm going to use these as tabs. Actually, will it be this way? This way? I'm trying to see how I want to do this. Yeah, it'll be this way. Okay, so this will be about here. You line it up with that, and then I'm going to mark with a pencil where I want the score line to be. So, because that's going to fold under. I'll show you that in a second. And so that's going to fold, and then here's this one, and I'm going to use it in this direction with the tab down in here. So see, it'll be over here like this. But I'm going to want to, it's going to be a fold as well. So let me line these up, because I'm going to fold these in the same size. So I marked them so that I was going to do little score marks. So let me cut this one down because it's too tall, and then I'll show you my score lines and what that means. Well, at least what I'm hoping it will be. Okay, so here's that first bottom one, and I made 2 score lines. I'm on one. Do you see it? 1/8 of an inch apart, which is one score mark. So let me reinforce those, fold those up, and you can use just regular cardstock too. You can use packaging if you want. It's just, whatever you have laying around. I always advocate using stuff that you've got laying around, especially if it was going to go to the trash bin anyway, and you are using it for a better purpose, right? Now this one, instead of, I did score it, but I'm going to cut it. So it's going to be cut, and I will show you what that means here. So that will be cut, and then you have this piece, and these are going to get hinged together just because I think they will, I'm going to put this on here. I think they will, bend better. At least that's the plan. That is the plan, Stan. So there it, aw. So this one will be like so, and there's about 1/8 of an inch. And I'm just going to use some shipping tape. You won't see this anyway, so it don't matter. Turn that over. Fold that in. I'll fold this in. Put a piece in the middle. Okay, so there's that. I'm going to fold it in this direction so that this will be here, and then this, and then this. I may flip it this way and do it folding out like this. So just flip-flop all that. I don't know, for some reason I didn't have my bearings exactly right. Well, what else is new? And then this and this. We'll get a little bit of a taping. Stay. Okay. Oof. So this will fold like this. That's the plan. I know now it looks like a hot mess. And this has to be trimmed off. It cannot be folded back because it would mess up our where we've scored it on the other one. All right, so this is what it's going to look like. It's like this, but I need to put a little bit of tape here. Yeah, so what I'm going to do, because this is where we just taped, but on the back side, you see my little score. This was where my score was, that I'm going to show you what we're going to do with that. I don't want to tape that up. I don't want to. So there's a couple things you can do. You can dust this with like cornstarch or something, and it will take your sticky away. It will disengage the sticky. I don't know what to call it. It will unstickify the stickiness. But you could also just put a little skinny piece of tape there, just go more in the other direction. So I think what I'm going to do, I think I'm just going to barely catch the edge of that tape without getting taping over that score line. Got an air bubble. There it is. You know what you do? I have a needle. Oops, it's got string on it. It doesn't matter. Make a hole in the tape so you can get the air out. All right. One. I know, it looks like kind of looks like a crazy puzzle. What are you doing? I will show you. I promise. I promise I will show you. So this is where the tape went over the tape to hide the tape, to unsticky the sticky fineness, because I don't have any cornstarch on me at the moment. So this is the plan. This is what it will kind of look like, but we're going to cover it up. So we've got this little piece here, then we have this piece here, and then this piece folds up, and this will get attached to here, but I'm going to hide this. I'll show you that too. I'm going to bevel these edges back, however. so that they're not sticking out. Okay, now what we have to do is cover this that's not wonderful, right? That's where the book pages come into play. So, book pages, some dictionary, maybe, some super fragilistic espialidocious ledger, and then some old music paper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of, because you're going to see it's going to peek out. So I kind of want to layer it so that it's aesthetically pleasing as much as possible. So see, we'll be covering up this tape. So you can use whatever kind of tape you want, I think. So we can layer ledger. And then maybe we could do something like the botany page. And then do we want like sheet music underneath that? You know, peeking, not you, stay. And then maybe sheet music peeking out underneath, you know, kind of a layeredy kind of effect here. I really like the ledger. So I'm going to trim off, I guess it doesn't matter, both sides are beautiful. It's like I know you hate to cut it. I think I want to use this side. So do you see how the little ear is broken off here? I'm just going to trim that edge off. And then I will round the corner like so. And I'm going to take a pencil and I'm going to mark where it needs to be cut. And I'll go trim this piece. Okay. I like how this side is a little more simple than the other side. And I know there's probably folks out there like, no, it's old ledger paper. Well, let me tell you something. For one thing, it's not from a real fancy company. You know, it's not like the first Coca-Cola ledger or anything. It's falling apart. And if you don't do something with it, it will just disintegrate in a drawer. My philosophy is use it. I mean, it's not doing any good to anybody sitting in a drawer somewhere because it's too fragile to hold and to look at. You know, what do you do? What do you do? So not everything, just because it's old, doesn't mean that it's valuable or rare. There are lots of ledgers out there, I promise. But if they're in this delicate of shape, the only thing you can do with them is make art from them. So don't feel bad about doing that. You don't have to feel bad. See, I glued the little crack up here back together. I glued the crack together. And then on this side, don't know if there's enough on this one. This page was so, I'll keep this for another page. So on the back of this one, I will use some dictionary paper. Just some dictionary. Not rare at all. It's not even that old. I think it's from the 60s. Okay. I will round the corners. So that's what we're going to do, is we're just going to continue to cover these. Okay, the camera's still going. I'm worried now. I'm paranoid about it. And just line that up. And if it's a little long, I'll just trim it down here if it's a little long. So there's one little fold here, just like that. It is a little long. So here's our first folder page. And then we got to cover this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure this out, and then I will do this off camera. I'll glue everything on, because wow, you guys, I know you don't. You say you don't mind. You say you don't mind, but I don't want to bore everybody to tears. I guess what I could do is I could glue this on first, maybe cut the width, and glue it on first and then trim up the edge. I'm thinking that might be the more prudent approach. To this predicament. I just need to take off 1/2 inch here. So I'll do that. So I'll take off 1/2 inch there, and then that'll get glued to here. And then I'll do another one on the back side, and so I'll probably just grab another one of these papers. And then on this one, it will be sheet music, and it'll be here and here. So I will be right back, and I'll show you what that looks like. So this is what we have so far. We've got our ledger front, and then we have the dictionary and the botany page, and I trimmed around the edges. And then the next page goes to the music paper and the back, and then we have this flap, right? Heaven forbid, not the flap. So this is going to get attached with this flap, right? I'm just going to bring it right to the edge of that other paper, and this is how it's going to be attached. This is where the other piece, that little scrap of ledger, comes into play. I'm going to make a pocket back here, like a little slidey pocket. But since this is really, really delicate, I'm going to reinforce it with another piece of card. Sound like a good idea? And then I'll put all this together. I think this series might end up being a little longer than I anticipated. And I'm just going to line that up. Because then this is going to go over the top of this. Did I make this a little too long? No, it's fine. But what I do need to do is, I think, trim off this edge. It's a little wide. I think what I'm going to do is measure, kind of gauge the center here, and make like a little thumb hole like this. And you can sew this or not sew this. I'm not going to on this one. Why? I don't know. I'm just not going to. And so now would be the time, like I'm doing, to ink your pages, because once you get them glued in the book, it's so much more difficult to, if you want to. Certainly is not necessary even a little bit. It just adds definition to the edges so that you have some separation. Let's see where I didn't trim that well. And then on the back side, I'll speed this part up. It's riveting. Okay, I think I have everything inked up, including my thumb. So it has this, and then this, and then this, and then this will go back here. So I'm going to glue this part down, and as you can see, I even inked that little score hingy part. One thing I just wanted to reiterate is when you glue your paper over the top of your cardstock base, try not to get any paper on the tape part, because that will bind up your hinges and it won't, hair in my mouth, hold on. And it won't fold as freely, it won't fold back. You won't be able to flip your pages quite as freely because there will be extra bulk in the hinge area. And just carefully lay this down, or not so carefully. Okay, so I'll put glue on 3 sides, the top and the back and the bottom. And that can just sit right in there, just like that. And then that will be a little extra place. It's not a huge pocket, it's just something to slip, you know, little things into, but you know, it's something. Okay, so now we have, after this guy over there, then we have this side. Let me zoom in a bit here so you can see that we've got our different pages, and of course elements can go on these pages. We can decide what we want to do here. You know, we can do some of these envelopes if we want inside of here, or you know, we can make some of those Fortran computer card pockets or something. We will do that. That's what I will do next, is I will put pockets on this. But right now I need to go eat something because I am starving. It is, what time is it? It is 2:30. I had a doctor's appointment first thing this morning, so all I've had to eat all day is a bowl of cereal, and I'm dying. I'm dying, man. But I'll be back really soon with the next part, and we will add some elements to this little folder page. Does that sound good to everybody? And we will get that ready for decoration later. Okay, let me see. Oh, I wanted to say, for students that are in the hollow back binding course, the Adventures and Booksmithing course, and the Booksmith Antiquarian, there are new video segments in those classes. So the Antiquarian has 2. There's a new, there's simplified ways on adding end pages and sewing in, you know, your pages into your binding, which a lot of people already know about, but I figured I might as well put it in there for people that might not have seen that before. Super easy type of pamphlet stitch. So it's just a little simplified way. And that easy binding thing is in all 3, the hollow back, the Adventures, and the Antiquarian. And then the Antiquarian has the extra how to put in end papers, like a little alternative simplified option. So for those of you, just wanted to let you know that, so you can go check those out if you want to. They're just in there. Should be in there when you log in, so you can watch them whenever you want. Okay, I'm gonna go eat something and then I will get on this for the next part. All right, guys, see you in the next video.